Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 2nd, presented by Mercury. We're going to head on up to Weiss Lake with Lee Pitts to talk about the crappie fishing and the bass fishing up there. We're going to touch on Neely Henry, and then we're going to talk to Tom Ott about Guntersville and Josh Herron about Logan Martin and Lay Lake. We'll be right back to hear what the guys have to say. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 2nd, presented by Mercury. Before we get too far into this Weiss Lake and Neely Henry report with Lee Pitts, I wanted to take a minute to send out condolences from the Bucks Island family to the family of Jamie Collette. Jamie was an important part of our staff and a friend here at Bucks Island, as well as loved by many. Our hearts go out to you, and Jamie, we will miss you terribly. But Lee, as Jamie would want, let's talk about the fishing on Weiss Lake. It's near and dear to his heart. I know it's near and dear to yours. Tell us what's going on up there on that big body of water.
You know, it's been a pretty good week. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. Before I go into the crappie fishing, I've talked to a lot of the guys out bass fishing this week, and bass fishing is really picking up. Not only are they catching a lot of numbers, they're catching some size. I had one gentleman told me, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I ran into him on the water about 9:30, and he'd had 14 blow-ups on a buzzbait that morning and had 12 of those. So that's, you know, when they're starting to get aggressive and starting to chase bait, a lot of guys still, they're throwing a spinner bait, throwing that buzz bait, some kind of top water in the morning. So the fish are starting to get active. Shad are starting to ball up. So I think it's, you know, it's been summertime again this week, but I think it's just right around the corner.
Okay, tell me about the crappie fishing on Weiss. I know you've been spending some time with some clients, so tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, it's been a good week. Catching a lot of short fish, but still the water temperature, you know, you're looking in the morning 75 degrees, jumping up to almost 80 again by late in the afternoon, midday. So we still got some water that's got to cool down to get these fish bunched up. Catch 2 or 3 on a place, you might as well move and just keep jumping around. A lot of these fish are starting to get on the river ledges. The deeper docks have had some better quality fish. I know a lot of the guys, I've had multiple clients in the boat this week, so I hadn't been able to shoot docks, but the dock shooting, you know, they're using the Bobby Garland slab slayers and, you know, some of the baby shad and things like that. Still using a 1/24th ounce head, 1/32, something to really slow it down. So some of the better fish are getting on these deeper docks right now, and that's something that everybody's looking forward to this fall.
Well, and I know that the bass bite on Neely Henry starting to move a little bit too. Crankbaits, small spinner baits, a bladed jig, even a swim jig, and possibly a frog in the grass. And I know you can catch a few fish on docks, crappie-wise, when you're out there shooting around those two deeper docks again. Lee, thanks as always for everything, man. We appreciate everything, and we will talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Talk to you next week.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 2nd, presented by Mercury. It's time for us to head on down to those Coosa River impoundments, Logan Martin and Lay Lake, and we're going to check in with Josh Herron. Josh, I know you got back from that Bassmaster Open over there at Lake Norman, but I know you spent a little bit of time checking out those two bodies of water. What's happening on Logan Martin and Lay Lake right now?
Man, we're still chasing water temperatures, really. Fish are starting to bite a little bit better, seeing a little bit better quality, but we're still needing a few more cold nights to kind of get these water temperatures down a little bit. But fishing's really fixing to start picking up.
So if you're chasing water temperature, how much running and gunning are you having to do, or can you just go search for the temperature and then find what you're looking for and then target it, or what's the approach going to be?
Well, this last front we had kind of put a damper on some water temperatures, and it really kind of got them going in the right direction. But when you get it around that 76, 78 degree mark is when it's really going to start to shine. And we're probably still a week or two out from that. But you fix it to start seeing stuff like spinner baits, buzz baits, spooks, whopper ploppers. It's fixing to start getting into the really fun time of the year where you don't necessarily have to chase a pattern. You can literally put the trolling motor down and just go. And it's going to be a really fun fall.
So we're a little ways out. I know we're starting to see those clouds of bait that are kind of starting to show up on the surface, the small bait. We've been seeing those for a few weeks now. How would you target that while you're waiting for the good times?
And you're basically looking for anywhere that you're going to start transitioning into like natural creeks, any of these little main river flats that are right outside of natural creeks is the areas that that I'd be keying on personally. Um, Anywhere you got a creek channel that turns into a flat, you're just looking for little transition areas where these fish can still pull up and down pretty quickly, but they're still going in the right direction. Is the main deal. These fish are fixing to start making a big transition and a big move for their fall feed, and you're looking for high percentage areas to put yourself in the right position.
Well, there you got it, folks. Look for some high percentage areas, current breaks, some rocks, maybe some wood around some natural creeks with a little bit of current flow, and you might be in there. Thanks, Josh. We appreciate everything, as always, and we will talk to you again soon.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 2nd, presented by Mercury. It's time for us to head on up to Lake Guntersville and check in on that Tennessee River puddle with Tom Ott. Tom, I know you and St. Jennifer have been out there running around. I know you struggled a little bit last week, but knowing you're kind of putting it back together already. What's going on that Tennessee River big lake?
Well, I tell you, Dano, I could sum it up in just a few letters, and that would be TUFF. But it is coming. It's last week was really tough. You know, we had a lot of rain that came through the system. The watercolor, it was really nice, though. I mean, I kind of equated it to a Coosa River stain, if you will. You know, it was still clear, but it had some color to it. But wow, the fishing was just extremely tough. We're still catching a lot of small schooler type fish, but locating those bigger pods and larger fish have been a real challenge the last week or two for me. I know, this time of the year, the flip and bite has really started to come on. The frog bite is really starting to come on. And, right now I'm in that mode where I'm changing gears and I want to start, stop looking at the graph as much and just start, plowing through some of these mats. And that's just, it's just the transition that we're in right now. It's just a tough time on Guntersville. We've got the BFL this weekend as a 2-day. Those guys are going to put a hurt on those mats. I'm sure it's going to be tough to find anything that's going to be open very much. But, I have no problem fishing in behind anybody. And anybody that fishes Guntersville should know that. Don't worry about an area if somebody's already fished through it. Those fish, they're going to see a lot of baits. They see a lot of baits. You can still catch those fish for sure.
So I know that we've got a couple of frog tournaments coming up. There's the Spro tournament, and we got the Snag Proof Open, which we're going to have our Frog Fest on October 15th. But what you're seeing right now out of that bite, is it a little early still? Is it still developing, or is it really starting to kind of happen?
I think it's developing right now. I mean, typically, and dependent really on how much water we get through the system, how much rain, which hopefully we're gonna stay in this dry period for a while. It should just get better. I always look at the end of October. I've had some excellent tournaments at the end of October throwing a frog, and the mats are getting a little bit smaller, but it kind of concentrates those fish somewhat. So that's really what I like to get on the main river areas, the backside of the river channel. That's mainly what I look for. Anywhere you got creeks coming into the main channel and you've got some heavy grass, those are key areas right there because that's where your bait's going to be congregated, and that's what we're looking for when we throw a frog. So,
well, Tom, as always, man, we appreciate it, and there's nothing like a whoosh.
No, nothing like it. Nothing like it. And hey, I tell you what, too, you guys get out there and chase those slabs. That's coming. We're starting to see a lot of fish moving back into the creeks, getting towards the causeways, the rocks, in that 7 to 10 foot range. So you guys get ready for that. It's going to, yum, yum.
Slab sandwich. Appreciate it, Tom. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Be safe out there.
Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 2nd, presented by Mercury. Thanks to the guys for everything that they share every week. But from all of us at Bucks Island, we wanted to pass on a special message about our brother, Jamie Collette, who passed away this last week. To his family, we love you. We care about you. To Jamie, you were a customer first, a friend second, an employee third, and finally, a brother. We love you, Jamie, and you'll be missed.